Hey guys, how you doing? This is JP Saricolia coming to you once again with another episode of Age of Heroes, my podcast. This is episode number 52. So thank you for watching if you're doing this on YouTube, or thank you for listening if you do that through iTunes, Spreaker, or Stitcher. As you know, I mentioned this before. I changed the podcast, and now the time is 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's when it's going live on here on YouTube, but also, of course, in the different platforms. Let me know how you feel about it. You can leave the comments down below if you're doing it on YouTube. You can send me a message through Facebook or Facebook Messenger if you like the format, if you like the hour. I'm trying to accommodate so most people, more people can watch it and can listen to the podcast. So it's an experiment. Hopefully this is the right time. I think it is. It might not be. So you want everything go back in the morning. We'll see. Just let me know so we can adjust. But in today's episode, I want to talk about Black Panther because it's on the talks, and I did talk about it recently about how it was snubbed and the Golden Globes, and of course you have the link for that if you listen to the podcast, or I have the link here on YouTube so you can watch the video or listen to the podcast. Besides that, of course, it was expected. It was not a surprise that also Black Panther will get the same pretty much nomination for the Oscars. Was nominated for Best Picture. This is the first time a superhero film is nominated for this category, which is a great honor, great achievement. Also for Best Original Music Score, Best Costume Design, Best Sound Mixing, Best Production Design, Best Sound Editing. So definitely, it's coming out with 6 nominations. Particularly the Best Picture is the biggest surprise of all. Kind of expected in some ways, but the fact that actually in this case the Academy is nominating Black Panther and putting it alongside other big contenders, it really speaks volumes of the genre. It speaks volumes of how far we have come into with superhero stories, which is a phenomenal thing. For all the nominations that we have for the 91st Annual Academy Awards, which are going to be celebrated on February 24th, and they're going to be live on ABC, you have the same, the usual suspects, the same movies that they were part of the nominations for the Golden Globes. As I mentioned before, the Golden Globes and the Oscars, they kind of walk hand in hand. So the same people that are nominated, the same movies and the same directors and actors are nominated for the Golden Globes. They make way to the Academy Awards. But here you can see we have the same films. We have Blacksman, Bohemian Rhapsody, Green Book, Star is Born, Vice, and of course all the same actors, same directors, and definitely it's very contended. We normally see the same winners, and that's not all the time. Whatever happens on the Globes is going to be reflected on this awards. However, there's always a chance for things to go in a different route. So we'll see. So definitely it's a great achievement, not only for Marvel Studios, not only for, in this case, Black Panther and all the cast of the movie, but also for the genre, and for superhero movies overall. Now, to understand the implications of this nomination, to understand the great achievement of this nomination for Black Panther, we have to retrace the steps and look back at the history. No other movie up to this point has been nominated for Best Picture, Best Film on in this case, the Academy Awards. This is the first superhero movie. This is the first movie in this genre that gets to do this. Prior to this, a lot of people were looking for the Dark Knight to be nominated back in 2008. It was not by the Academy. Of course, a lot of people were disgruntled by it. They did give a post-mortem award to Ledger because of his portrayal of the Joker. And of course, we have seen DC, Warner Brothers have won other in different areas, have won some awards based on in costume and design, music score. So this is nothing new in that sense. They have won, superhero movies have won some awards, but none of them have been able to be at this category of the best film. This is the first time in history that this happened with the superhero genre, which really showcases how far these movies have become, how far we have come, and to this point where now these movies are contenders for the big awards. Now, looking back into this and really looking more into perspective into this, of course, it's competing with a lot of great movies. We need to look at the intention here. And why is it that some of these movies are able to make it and some movies don't? Because if we look at just the cinematography, we look at just at the technical aspects of a film, what makes a film great, anybody could say, well, movies like the Blackout, the Mission Impossible movie, which was a phenomenal, beautifully shot film, and I did review it, and you can follow the link. That's a phenomenal film. But in order for a movie to come to the stage where it is considered for an award, it has to have a social and a cultural impact. And many movies, a lot of people saying, well, why is it that Logan didn't make it? Why is it that Avengers Infinity War didn't make it? Well, all those films were great. I love those films, but none of them had as much social impact or cultural impact as Black Panther. And I did mention that before. You can actually look and read my reviews. I have the links below on Facebook where I review Black Panther, and I have two reviews. One is more intimate. The other one is more straight to the point. But this movie has a great impact. It not only has a social impact because it speaks about in this case the African diaspora, in this case the African phenomenon, the culture, how Africa has impacted the world, and the importance of Africa is still in history, about the phenomenon of African American culture, all of that. It really encompasses all of those elements into one single film. It does it without being completely, very subtle. It's very subtle about it. It's not political per se, and but still, it has great impact, and that's one of the reasons he makes so much money here in the U.S., but also in other parts of the world. It has an impact. Something that I don't think, even though it was phenomenal to watch Logan, I love Logan, it doesn't have the same gravitas. It doesn't have the same gravitas that even the Infinity War had. It didn't have that. It didn't have that. Those are great, phenomenal movies, also deserving of awards, but not necessarily the best picture of the year. So now, can Black Panther win the awards? And that's another subject. That's another matter. That's totally different. I personally don't think that it will win. But just the fact that it's been nominated, it really speaks volumes of how far this genre, the superhero genre, has come. Doesn't necessarily means that it's going to win. Now, in order to know if it's going to win, there's a couple of things that you have to know beforehand. Most movies that win the awards, in this case the Best Picture, they also have a nomination for Best Director. In this case, this movie doesn't have it. Now, Roma, which was directed by Alfonso Cuarón, has that. It's very likely that Roma is going to win. And also that sets another precedent because now we're seeing Netflix really pushing the agenda. And you see Netflix, some of the Netflix shows are here being nominated for Best Picture films, which really tells you how powerful Netflix has become and the impact that Netflix has in the industry. And also, this sets a precedent not only for Netflix, but also any other streaming service for the future in their content. We see in this change that is happening. It's been slow, but in this case, the Academy is changing things. It's changing pace, also based on the pressure of the community, of course, the studios. There's pressure there, just to move from the old practices and going into a new practice, and of course being more cohesive, more open, and also to be more inclusive. And of course that's the reason why the superhero genre is now considered. Now this sets a precedent, like I said, and I think not only for now or for the near future, but also for the years to come. I do believe that we will get to see more of these films being considered for these awards in the future, and that's great news. For many years, I would say our favorite genre, which is superheroes, has been pretty much not considered into this type of thing, not considered as quality films. And that's pretty much bottom line. They were considered as just simple entertainment with no cultural value, with no social value. But the fact that now Black Panther is considered, it really showcases that there is more to come. Of course, last year Wonder Woman didn't make it, even though a lot of people were pushing for that. They didn't consider it. But now Black Panther sets the stage, and hopefully this changes the way the Academy is doing things from now on, and hopefully we get to see more movies being considered not only for best production, best music score, best costume design, but also for best film or best actors and best actresses or best director. So we'll see. I don't know. It was really exciting to see. I know some people are not happy that is Black Panther the one being considered. In my opinion, I love the character. I love the film. So I believe that this is a great achievement just for the film. Can it win? I doubt it, and there's a lot of things that are working against it. But in my opinion, I think just the fact that it's considered for the first time, it really opens the opportunity for other movies, even this year, movies like, I don't know, Endgame or Captain Marvel or the Joker film to be also considered as contenders. We'll see. It depends on the quality of those films. We'll know for sure. But what is your opinion? I would like to hear it. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. You can follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter. Please consider supporting this channel and my podcast through my Patreon account, and share the podcast. You can share the links. You can, if you're listening this to iTunes, Spreaker, or Stitcher, you can send the links to your friends so they can listen to it as well. So once again, God bless you, and I'll talk to you again. Bye bye. We can make a wildfire get away.